Hello everyone, it's just Gilbert here, back with another video. How are you guys all doing? As always, thank you for checking out my videos and checking out my channel. I really do appreciate it. Today we're going to be doing another collection video, as it's been quite a while since I've done a video game collection video, and today, if you haven't already worked it out, we're going to be doing a collection video for my PlayStation Portable, or as most of us call it, the PSP. Now, PSP I've had several years now. It's originally a Christmas gift of my parents, and I was actually still at school. I was in my final years at school when I first got this, so I've had it about 7 or 8 years now. I have 11 games to show you guys, not a huge collection. More of a console gamer, as some of you know, but I do like my handhelds as well. And obviously when I first had this system, I was still studying, and I didn't have a lot of money available to buy new games. However, the games I have are all fantastic, all games that I really enjoyed. So I'll go ahead and show you the PSP first. If most of you have probably seen a PSP before, but I'll quickly show you the handheld itself, and then we'll get onto the games. So this is the original PSP model, and I've kept this thing in absolutely fantastic condition. It's slightly smaller than the PS Vita. If any of you have a PS Vita, then this is slightly smaller. It's got your traditional Sony style layout with the directional pad and your triangle, circle, square, X and square button. Got start, select down here, volume and home buttons. And yeah, and 2 shoulder buttons here. Only 1 analog stick, probably could have benefited from 2. I can't remember if the later models of the PSP included 2 analog sticks. I'm not too sure, let me know in the comments. But sometime into its life, that slim versions of the PSP were released, and there was also a PSP Go, which was a downloadable only handheld, which didn't really hit off very well. That was probably the only negative point of the PSP systems, was when Sony released the PSP Go. Just a quick look at the back here. It does kind of protrude a little from the back where the battery pack and memory card go. I had a 32 megabyte memory card. I'll just get the memory card to show you guys. This is what the memory card looked like. So you could use any memory card like this with the PSP. This is the 32 megabyte one. I eventually upgraded it to 1 gigabyte, which was more than enough space for my handheld and the games I had for it. So yeah. Most of you guys have probably seen this before, but to anyone that hasn't, there's just a little quick overview of the handheld. So shall we get onto the games? Let's move this out of the way and we'll get round to the games. So I've got 11 games to show you guys. I'll give you a brief description on each game. Any games that you recommend for the collection, then let me know in the comments below and let me know what you think of my collection. So let's get round to it. First game we have is Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Now, I'm not a huge Ratchet and Clank fan. I've only played a couple of games in the series. Wanted to get this for the PSP because when it came out, it was something different to have for the handheld. Although I'm not the best Ratchet and Clank player, I got some thorough enjoyment out of this game. It's a very good looking game, plays very well on the PSP. And yeah, even though I'm not a huge fan, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. Although I don't recall ever finishing this game, so it's probably something I should do in the future. Next we have Tomb Raider Legend. This is a fantastic game. I actually have this on the Xbox 360, but I've never actually played my console version of the game. Did finish this version on the PlayStation Portable and really enjoyed this game. Very good gameplay. The graphics were pretty good as well for the handheld it was on. And I actually had a friend who also got this game very close to around the time I got it, so we're always helping each other out when one of us got stuck, and we used to play this game together a lot. Really enjoyable game. I highly recommend Tomb Raider Legend. Like I say, it is also available on the consoles, but I thought it plays very well on the PSP. Next we have Football Manager Handheld. This is the 2008 version. Now this is a very toned down version of Football Manager on the PC. If anyone here is football fans, ever want to get into the Football Manager series, then I'd highly recommend the PC versions of the game because they are much more in depth, much more detailed. But the handheld versions are a good substitute. There were several versions released after this. They were released annually, I believe, up until 2013. But then after that, there were no more releases for the PSP for this series of games. Each year, they're pretty much the same thing. They usually just have an updated layout and updated squads. But this was a really enjoyable game. And yeah, highly recommend it to any football fans who kind of want to break from the PC version. There is a version of Football Manager now available on the PS Vita. I believe it's called Football Manager Classic, and that's a game I do intend to get for the PS Vita. Next we have Sega Mega Drive Collection. Now I actually purchased this off one of my friends for a few quid. He didn't want it anymore, so I took it off him. As you would expect of this game, it includes several Mega Drive games. It's got games like Sonic, games like Echo the Dolphin, Phantasy Star, stuff like that. I think if I just quickly flip over, there are 27 games on here, so yeah, very good value on this game. A lot of games on the UMD, so highly recommend it to any Sega fans. It's a very good pick up and play game. Then we have Burnout Legends. Now it's actually my only racing game on the PSP. I always thought I would accumulate more, but this is the only one, and in my opinion, Burnout Legends, sorry, I'm calling it Burnout Revenge. It's Burnout Legends, sorry. Probably one of the best racing games on the Vita. Very typical Burnout style gameplay. I particularly liked the crash mode in this game, where you drive your vehicle into a load of traffic and cause as much chaos as possible. That was very addictive. Played very well, very good graphics, very good music on the game as well, and also quite challenging in later stages of the game. So highly recommend to any racing or Burnout fans. Then we have Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Now this is the game I actually got with my PSP, and this is a fantastic game. Rockstar done a very, very good job of putting Grand Theft Auto on a handheld. Really enjoyed this game. It was very easy to play, played very well, and it was really good to be playing through Liberty City once again. I highly enjoyed this game. Particularly enjoyed playing it local online. Me and my brothers and a few friends used to get together and used to use the local wireless feature to play against each other in kind of death matches around Liberty City. Spent a lot of hours and had a lot of fun doing that. Absolutely fantastic game. Then obviously that was followed by Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Now I did prefer Liberty City Stories over Vice City Stories, but still doesn't take away that Vice City Stories was again a fantastic game. Like I said with Liberty City, it was great to go back to Vice City on this game and play through it again. And again, enjoyed playing local wirelessly with my brothers and friends in local death matches. It was a lot of fun. But for some reason, I did enjoy Liberty City Stories a lot more. But they're both really good games. Doesn't take anything away from Vice City Stories. Highly recommend it to any GTA fan. Then we have Shinobido. This is Tales of the Ninja. I have Shinobido 2 on the PS Vita. The PS Vita version is better than the PSP version, but if you don't have a PS Vita, then Shinobido on the PSP is still very, very good. I'm a very big Tenshu fan. My brother actually used to have Tenshu on the PSP, but he sold it several years ago, and I really missed that game, so I used to borrow it off him and play it. And I went ahead and picked up Shinobido as a substitute, and although not as good as Tenshu, it's still a lot of fun. If you're a fan of kind of ancient Japan, stealth games, and were a fan of Tenshu back in the day, then Shinobido is a very good substitute. I highly recommend it. But the PS Vita version does play better. Next we have Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Now, I'm not the biggest Metal Gear Solid fan. A lot of people shot me down for that before. But still, this PSP version of Metal Gear Solid is very good. Yeah, your typical Metal Gear style gameplay. Played very well. Graphics were pretty good. Although this one was a little bit different to other Metal Gear Solid games. You can actually capture enemies, and after a certain amount of time they're used to join your team, and you can use different characters in the levels who used to possess like particular skills. So you didn't just play as Snake. There were several other characters that you could play as well. And that was really good, seeing who you could get to join your team, so to speak, and play as. Really good game. Many Metal Gear fans should check this one out. Almost done, we're down to the last two. Next we have Samurai Warriors State of War. Now, if any of you guys have ever played any other Samurai Warriors games, any Dynasty Warriors games or Warriors of Ratchet, then you pretty much know what to expect with this. The reason why I got this game is because a friend of mine at school, he actually had a Japanese PSP, and he had the Japanese version of Samurai Warriors State of War. And I used to always watch him play it. He used to let me play it as well. And it was a really, really cool game. I was very addicted to it. When I saw the UK version in shop, I picked it up straight away. I'm very glad I did. Very good hack and slash, mindless fun with this game. After some time it does get quite repetitive, which is the case with most Samurai Warriors or Dynasty Warriors games. But if you're a fan of them games, fan of the series, then State of War is a very good addition to the PlayStation Portable. Highly recommend it, very good game. And I've left the best game to last. In my opinion, this was the best game of the PlayStation Portable, and that is Breath of Fire 3. Now, I can remember seeing this in one of my local shops, and I was looking at it for ages and was unsure whether to pick it up. But eventually one of my relatives actually got me it for my birthday, and I wish I picked this game up sooner. This is the best game I have on the PlayStation Portable. Probably the most time I've spent on my PlayStation Portable is playing this game. Absolutely fantastic. I haven't played any other Breath of Fire games prior to this game. I haven't actually played any more since. But Breath of Fire 3 was a fantastic game on the PlayStation Portable. If you haven't seen this game, Google it, check it out, check out some videos. Very addictive. It had a very basic graphic style, but a graphic style that worked very well. The gameplay was addictive, the story was brilliant, and I just couldn't get enough of this game. I'm actually thinking to go back through this game again soon, because I do miss playing this game. It's absolutely fantastic. So pick this one up if you can. I know there is quite a limited supply of this game. You don't really see this game around anywhere really, so if you can find a copy for a good price, then definitely snatch it up, because this was a fantastic game. Highly recommend Breath of Fire 3. Cannot recommend it enough. So there you have it, guys. That is my PSP game collection. Not a too long video, as the collection isn't huge, but it's a collection I'm very happy with. A lot of good games there, and I do feel that I missed out on a lot of other decent games for the PSP. So hopefully one day in the future I can accumulate some more games for the handheld and get back into playing this system, because I haven't really played it properly in quite a long time. So anyone who hasn't got one, if you can find one, definitely pick one up. You can probably find one for a very good price. Avoid the PSP Go, as it was download only, and I think that was a very silly thing that Sony did in releasing that. But any other model, I highly recommend checking out. Great system with a lot of great variety of games available. So as always, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm about 10 or 11 subs away from 1,000, so very close to hitting that goal. And your support, as always, is really appreciated. So leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching.